Time is it? 8:03 in the morning. Good morning to you. It is 8:03. I'm first warning meteorologist Eric Burris. This is Coffee Talk. We get together 7 days a week in the morning to chat and see what's doing in the morning weather situation, get you ready for the day, and hopefully get your day started off on a bright note. Before we get into anything else, let's just check in on the top two things we're tracking, which for us this morning is the return of rain in the forecast and nearing record high temperatures. Yeah, it is going to be a warm day. Let's check temperatures right now, see how we're doing. We're sitting at 71 degrees in the city beautiful. It is 67 in the Villages, 66 in Ocala, 68 degrees in Daytona Beach. Absolutely beautiful weather. Oh, it is gorgeous. Our first warning, Doppler radar is rain-free. There is nothing concerning in terms of our weather picture this morning. Now that said, if I can click the right button here, this afternoon we are going to get into two pieces of the pie here. First off, the temperatures are going to be climbing. Already by like 10, 11 o'clock this morning, our temperatures are warmer than average. And then we just keep going up and up and up from there. We're headed to about 88 degrees in the city beautiful. So yes, it is going to be a very, very warm forecast. Good stuff. Good stuff. 40% chance of rain, not bad. Many thanks to Kelly who picked up this coffee for me. I've never had anything sugar-free like this place, but this Boston coffee's great. It's not a free coffee, by the way, so it's not like they're paying for sponsorship, just to be clear. But they have sugar-free options, which is great, so I love that because I have to do the whole sugar-free thing. I hope you're having a great start to the day. How are you doing? Good morning to you. Nikki, Eric, good morning. Chris, David, Courtney, good morning to y'all. David, how are you? Jan, John, good morning, everybody. Vanessa's Life over on YouTube, good morning. Chris says Kellyanne is the bomb. Well, that goes without saying, but did I do something wrong? Did I do something wrong? Kellyanne is the bomb, absolutely. Dan says black coffee is sugar-free. I'm just not man enough to handle black coffee. I can't handle that that acid. It's just too much for the stomach. So anyway, all right, so let's talk about records, okay? Across the country, so many spots are talking about warmer than average, the entire eastern part of the country. But in our little slice of Parados, each one of those little red thermometer icons is a possible record that will be broken today. So you're talking about Jacksonville, you're talking about Gainesville, Brooksville, Tampa, Winter Haven, Orlando, Leesburg, and Sanford. All of those dots are possible records for the day. So let's talk about them, shall we? Temperatures are running to 88 in Orlando. Record is 90 degrees, set back in 1938. We'll be within a degree or two of that, so that's definitely a possibility. What about Sanford? You're going to be within a degree of a record set back in the 60s. Leesburg, I think you're going to break a record today. Certainly something that we're going to be watching. Daytona Beach, Melbourne, I do not think that you're into record territory today. That breeze coming in off the ocean, I think, is going to be just enough to keep you out of record territory. But nevertheless, it is a hot forecast today. Here's a look neighborhood by neighborhood. 88 degrees in the city beautiful, 87 degrees today in Ocala, 88 in the Villages, 86 in DeLand, 82 to 83 degrees from Daytona Beach back over to about Port Orange. Yeah, good stuff. Chris, you are all the best in Central Florida. Darn right we are. Like, what are we talking about, Kellyanne? Yes, I'm in for Kellyanne, who is enjoying a morning off, and so she should. We all need to take some of these mornings off, let me tell you. Jan says I have a little half and half in mine, but no sugar. Yeah, you know, I've got, I had just enough creamer to make one this morning at like 4 o'clock, but it's... I was literally going to reheat it, and Kelly handed me this and said, I got you something. And it's just like, you are the best coworker, period. That's it. Waiting for some rain to help these darn allergies. Tired of waking up coughing and runny noses. Yeah, the pollen has been a problem. Give me 1 second and I'll find that. Enable editing. Hold on one second. Let me just check to see. Hold on. I need to run the script. Okay. All right, sorry. Running the script now. Okay. Pollen. I know we have it there. All right, so pollen forecast. This is not going to be a big surprise. Even though we have rains in the forecast, it's not enough to really... I've got microphone cables everywhere. I'm a disheveled mess this morning. Even though we have rains in the forecast, it's not going to be enough to really give us that gully washer effect. So yeah, Florida absolutely in a high pollen concentration. The rains that are in the forecast are going to keep us high. It's going to drop us a little bit, but not a ton. I think that we're definitely going to be running high, for a little while. But that's the way that it is this time of year. It's always tough. It's just like, really and truly this time of year, we build in drought. Right? The drought monitor, at least our western areas, are running into a moderate drought with the metro kind of abnormally dry. So when we look to the fire danger index today, we're once again running in a moderate fire danger index. Not great, right? Yeah, definitely not great. But we do have rain. Sandy's asking, any rain in the forecast? My grass looks like hay. We do have rain in the forecast, Sandy, which is the good news. 40, 50, 60% over these next couple of days. And when we look at it, what's interesting, and I showed this on the air this morning, is that the computer models are actually giving us the opportunity to see some decent widespread rains. Take a look across central Florida. The reality is we could be talking about, those darker green shades there. You're talking about some areas getting 1 to 2 inches of rain, with more widespread areas getting a ½ inch to 1 inch of rain. So that's not bad at all. It's really not that bad at all. I'll certainly take that. Better than a sharp poke in the eye, right? Big storm system continues moving off toward the east. That storm system is the same one that's responsible, unfortunately, for the severe storms that produced tornadoes in Iowa over the weekend. And as a matter of fact, we are looking at the threat for severe weather once again today. Take a look at this. This is kind of something that I threw together just to eyeball the severe risk. So first off, before we go into the quad panel, just to try and make it easier. Here's that, of course. Here's the severe risk as it stands. Level 2 out of 5. So from Atlanta up through about New York City, Kentucky, West Virginia, we're talking about the threat for scattered strong to severe storms. But when we go into a deeper dive into what the threats are, you'll notice large hail outlook is pretty low. So that's good. That means that hail is not a big thing. And also the threat for tornadoes is actually quite low. Today's tornado threat is actually running at about a 2 or a 3. The bigger concern for today is going to be damaging winds. That's running at about a 4 or 5, okay? So definitely the bigger threat today is going to be damaging winds. The rest of those parameters, at least, are running just a little bit lower. So there's that. There's that. Not as big of a deal in our area. We're just tracking the opportunity for some passing showers. So with that said, let's take a look at Futurecast. Okay, here we are this morning, looking good. 9, 10, 11 o'clock, still looking good. I think that we're going to have a gorgeous morning. Notice into the early afternoon, 1, 2 o'clock, starting to see a few showers popping up, especially out east by about 2, 3 o'clock this afternoon. And then 4, 5 o'clock, watch out west. I'm going to be watching our first warning Doppler radar very closely, because that's when I think we'll get a west coast sea breeze really getting going, and from there 6, 7 o'clock we'll watch showers marching into the metro. You notice that it's kind of popping up, pulsing up a little bit around 8, so of course parents, fellow parents, around 8 o'clock, don't be surprised if you hear a rumble of thunder outside. For me, I'm going to probably want to get those kids bathed and handled into bed a little early, just in case there is the threat of thunder and lightning. By 9 o'clock, it starts marching east and kind of continues to taper off a little bit by a little bit. But I do think that for WESH 2 News at 11, I think meteorologist Cam Tran is probably going to be tracking some rains in the vicinity. So, just know that. So for Bike Week, a lot of people in town. I think the weather forecast looking outstanding, but know that late evening plans more than likely will include the threat for some passing showers, okay? For what it's worth, just want to make sure you're aware of it, want to make sure that we're giving you what we say, which is the first warning. But as people have been saying on the morning show, Jason and everybody have been talking about how it's a great pool day, and it is. Today, outstanding. Just have to watch for those showers. Futurecast has hinted that maybe we could get a thunderstorm, but certainly something that we'll watch. Flonase is my friend, yeah. Aaron says, I feel crazy as a meteorologist to actually look forward to hurricane season, but at the same time doesn't want destruction and people hurt. It's complicated. Yeah, you know, I think I used to look forward to hurricane season. Now I definitely don't at all. It exhausts me. It really does. I put out the hurricane forecast not to hype, but to inform, you know? Hold on one second. Hey, Matt, yes. Kennedy Space Center tower cam to dub for me, please. Okay. Thanks, bud. Also, give me plenty of notices just because I'm on Coffee Talk. Thank you, buddy. See you, Frankie. Rita, good morning to you. 6 inches of snow in Iowa and still snowing. Good gravy. Meanwhile, here in Florida, we're talking about pool weather. Come down. Enjoy this. Jackie says, I try so hard to listen to weather stations close to me in Palm Coast, but they don't feel as pleasant in delivering the weather. I trust more in what you say. You give depth and explain. I just like to learn weather the way you deliver. Thank you very much. Also, I mean, I'm your weather, you know, you're in our coverage area in Palm Coast. I don't know what television station you get, but you're technically in our, what we call our DMA, our designated market area. So we are your local station, you know. When we talk about the weather, Palm Coast is on our maps. You may be on the edge of the map, but you're on our maps. So, you know, for what it's worth. You playing golf today? What a great forecast. I love it. Deb, good morning to you. Becca says, I have friends who live in Iowa and had tornadoes go through his house, but no damage. You know what's so interesting about that too, is that if you were to look at the LRC, and this is no joke, if you were to look at the LRC, Jeremy Nelson sent it to me. If you were to look at the LRC from yesterday, you could compare the forecast to January 1st's storm reports. Like, that's what's wild about the LRC. Yeah. Wow, a sea breeze, Hops Runner says, it's been a bit, right? Well, and notice that we're going to be continuing with rain chances these next few days. CC has asked, have you put out a recent hurricane forecast? Yes, we did. So, yeah, wesh.com. Click on the hurricanes section, and I believe, let me just see, wesh.com. And if you click on the hurricanes tab, I believe it's the lead story on the yep. It's the lead story. All right, 30 seconds. So let me do that's not going to work, is it? Sugar, I don't know that this is going to even work. I don't know that this is over. Oh, it is. Okay, so let me do this. All right, let me get. All right, I'm going to pop this up. This is a look at our tower. This is a look at our broadcast signal. I'm going to go do TV. I will be right back with you.
Experts say there is a chance other states may start to see those high prices too, like $5 and $6 a gallon all in the upcoming months. They say if the price of gas goes up another 11 cents, people look.
All right, bear with me. I'm going to go do TV on CW.
And some of us get some sense of relief, but you're excited about that for us.
Yeah, so we're looking good this morning. Here's a look at the Kennedy Space Center. Through the day, lots of sunshine, and then we're building in the heat by the afternoon. By lunchtime, we'll already be to above average temperatures. Here's a look outside right now. 71 in the city. It's 69 degrees in Leesburg, about 66 degrees in Ocala, and into the mid 70s already here across the Space Coast. Our first warning, Doppler radar, is rain free. We certainly love the mornings that look like that. A couple of showers down around South Florida, but that overall wind pattern is from south to north. That is a nice warm breeze. So for today, we'll watch those temperatures go up and away. 80 degrees our 11 o'clock temperature. We'll make it to about 84 degrees by 1 and 88 degrees our high temperature on the day. Notice these shower chances are working up little by little by little, and right at about peak heat, that's when the showers develop. 4, 5, 6 o'clock. That'll carry us right through to about 7, 8 o'clock tonight, and then little by little they'll drop off. I do think, though, through about 10, 11 o'clock tonight, we will be tracking showers in our easternmost areas. For this afternoon, it is high temperatures nearly 90 degrees, and all 3 of our inland record-keeping sites are in jeopardy of tying or setting new records. 88 in Orlando, 86 in DeLand, 89 degrees in Wildwood. Our beachside spots, that breeze coming in off the ocean does feel great, but again, all of these icons for North Florida and Central Florida are locations that could be talking about records. Orlando, 88, your record, set back in 1938. Sanford, you'll be within a degree of your record. And Leesburg, I think you'll beat your old record set back in the 70s by 1 degree. Oh, and by the way, it's not just today either. Tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we're going to be into that near record heat. One thing that does help, clouds and rain. So let's take a look. This is Futurecast, lunchtime today. Lots of sunshine, great lunch hour. Just afterward, by about 2, 3 o'clock, I do think we'll develop a few showers out over I-95 in our eastern areas, but that's not where the lion's share of the rain will come from. Look out west. By about 5, 5:30, 6 o'clock, we'll blossom up these showers and march them into the metro through 9 o'clock, eventually fading out in our eastern areas. So for Bike Week today, maybe a shower or 2 through the early afternoon, but again, after sunset, I think we'll watch for your shower chances really going up. 7-day forecast showing rising rain chances even more for tomorrow, keeping a hot and showery setup the rest of the work week. Saturday, storms in the forecast as our next cold front arrives, and then look, as we spring forward into Sunday, look at how those temperatures take a tumble. Morning lows in the 40s, daytime highs in the 60s.
Eric, thanks for sharing. Tomorrow for lunch already.
Okay, so we've got just a couple of minutes, and then, sorry about that. We've got just a couple of minutes, and then we will get back to, is that a vehicle fire? That's a mess. So just a couple of seconds, and then we'll get back to TV, and then after that, so I've got 2 hits kind of coming up back to back here. After those 2 hits, then we can chat much more about today. I want to talk about records. I want to talk about all that stuff, but I've got a couple of TV hits that are kind of back to back to back, so we do need to just kind of get through that first. But in the meantime, we could at least chat about the 7-day forecast and all that other stuff, and I'll take your comments. But yeah, Cece, to answer your question about the hurricane forecast, I have issued one, yes. Can't afford to run my generator with these gas prices. I mean, you know, we're definitely all going to be in a I'm amazed how much prices in general have just gone up. Marty says, fan from Maryland, wanted to share a funny story. My local meteorologist I follow was checking the Euro and GFS the other day and commented, where is this coming from? When I checked notes on my calendar, so I wanted to comment to him, it came from the LRC. Isn't that funny? Yeah, I mean, when you look at the LRC and you realize just how it works, it's just truly incredible. I'm just amazed every single time we use it because it just works, right? Nancy, I'm in Tampa and Eric is my weather station here. Good morning, thank you very much. Joanne says, dew point going up here in Palm Bay. Yeah, the dew point is going to be going up for sure over these next couple of days. Janet says, still crossing my fingers for a rain-free Saturday. We have local St. Patrick's Day outdoor event. So Saturday, it's going to all be about timing out the rain chances because there's going to be a definitive line. Right now it looks like the afternoon is when it clears out, but the morning is wet. So we'll have to look and see. Cece's asking, does it look bad for this year? Cece, go read the full report. Now, that said, Cece, coming up in the 9 o'clock at like 9:40 this morning on CW18, I'm going to be talking about that long-range forecast again on CW18 at like 9:40, so you have to tune in for that. But it's available, wesh.com. Go to the Hurricanes tab, and it's right there. It's the main story there. But it does look like Florida is going to have the opportunity to get some tropical activity. Nancy says, look at our favorite weather guy, Austin. Oh, thank you, thank you. Guess I'll be watching Wesh 2 after Coffee Talk. Yeah, well, we're on CW18. Remember, the Today Show is on right now. So on Wesh 2, we're on CW18, and we're doing At like 9:40, we're doing a story about our hurricane forecast. So yeah, you want to see. Patty, seems hard to get accurate temp forecast for Palm Coast as we are so close to the ocean, which is cold right now. Most forecasts seem more for Orlando. I get good input during severe stuff from Jax, but we seem to be in no man's land. Not Orlando and not Jax. I mean, Patty, I would say we claim you in our DMA. We do forecasts for you. I mean, we're going to be more geared to Orlando because that's where we are, just like Jacksonville is going to be more geared toward Jacksonville. But you're a part of our coverage area, so for what it's worth. What's the hits for? So we're live. We're still, while NBC is in the Today Show, we own 2 stations here in town. We own WESH 2 and we own CW18. So we're still in a newscast on CW18. So yeah, so we're about to do a Today Show hit on both stations. And then after that, I'm going to do my top of the half-hour hit for just CW18. So yeah, there's a lot of TV hits kind of in a very short period of time. Dawn, good morning. How's everyone enjoying this beautiful morning? It is beautiful. Hold on one second. Hey, Matt. Tower cam to Dub, please. Let me make sure I've got the right hit loaded. At least we have a great weekend for Bike Week. It's true. It's true. And it's great weather. It's really great weather all said and done. We just kind of have to deal with some rains and some record heat. Ozark says, I didn't know so many of you didn't live in Florida, but you're watching Florida weather. Yeah, it's kind of surprising, but I guess people visit us a lot. I'm all about, providing information to people as it comes about the weather. It is fascinating when you think about it. It really is. Let me see here. Yeah, I guess it's going to have to be that. All right, so that's going to be dialed up. We could chat for a couple seconds. That'll be dialed up. That way when it's time to do TV, we can do TV. But yeah, so temperatures are rising. We did put out the hurricane forecast. Here, I'll show you what we came up with so far. And I do want to dive in a little deeper. So here's the hurricane hotspots for this year. For more on this, you'll have to tune in and see the full forecast. But these are the hurricane hotspots that we've selected for this year, Florida being hotspot number 1. Yeah. Annika says, good morning, Eric. Good morning to you, Annika. I went on a walk around the little splash pad around the little splash pad lake near Blue Springs. It was beautiful. It is beautiful out. Annie says, maybe the snowbirds. It's true. You talk off the top of your head when you're on the air, just like I talk off the top of my head when I'm on Coffee Talk. Yeah. Carolyn, I watched from Mass last summer in case I needed to fly down to deal with a hurricane. Now I'm down for good, I hope. I hope you're down for good as well. I really do. All right, we're starting up here with the next hit, which means I need to get this set up. All right, so you're just going to get the broadcast. This is on WESH 2 and on CW18. So you're going to get to see them, and then you'll get to listen to me jibber jabber it when I talk. Oof, there's a vehicle fire. That's a mess. All right, I'll be right back with you people. It's Monday. I mean, what do we expect? We just need to give some coffee to the computers as well. I had the same thing. I was on tech support call like 4 o'clock this morning. At least for now, though, the weather is not a problem, even if it is a case of the Mondays outside. Blue skies, beautiful, beautiful weather. 71 degrees in the city, beautiful. We're at 69 in Leesburg, 66 in Palm Coast. Good morning to you in Flagler County. It is gorgeous. Nothing to see on our first warning Doppler radar, though later today, I do think we'll get into some rain. 40% chance of rain today. Getting even stormier tomorrow, staying unsettled through the week. Okay, see, I went and I talked to Palm Coast. I said that for you. You're not in no man's land. I said that for you. Okay, all right. So again, we've got, yes? For what? I got you, boo. I really was, I saw you. Yeah, I saw you. Poor Sonic, our computer wasn't working. I'd love to say that it's Sonica's fault, but it's not.
Eric, that's the nicest thing.
Why? That it's not your fault?
I just feel like that's really nice of you to say.
Sonic and I have the same personality in that our love language is ripping on each other. I adore Sonica. I adore Meredith too, but it's a different thing.
Because Mary's so sweet, you can't.
I still rip on her, she just doesn't hit back.
We told him to sit down.
Yeah, well, Meredith will mom me. All right, so a couple of seconds. Let me get to some of your questions, and then we'll get back onto my one hit on CW, and then I'm going to have a nice window to chat. Have a good morning, everyone. Have to head to physical therapy, Joanne says. We'll watch for the 9:40 hurricane forecast on CW. Great job. Thank you very much, Janet. Is it true that further down south they have less rain during our rainy season? Talking Orlando versus Fort Lauderdale. I would disagree. I mean, I don't know Fort Lauderdale's numbers. I lived in West Palm Beach for a couple of years, and I would tell you that in West Palm, I was actually struck how much wetter it is down there than here, just in general. Dawn, we visited Bike Week in Daytona yesterday with our 9-year-old. He was in his glory, had a great time. That's a lot of fun. I've never been to Bike Week. Hold on one second. Tower cam to Dub, please. Not that, it's not that I don't think it would be my people. I would love to go. The only reason I don't have my motorcycle license, if I'm honest with you, is because I'm just scared of the other people. But yeah, I've never been to Bike Week. I would love to go. You're the most accurate for Palm Coast, Patty said. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I think we're just in an in-between area. Yeah, it's true. It's definitely true. You're in an in-between area. Like, I have a good friend who lives in Vero Beach. Same idea there, I need to watch this hurricane forecast. I'm hoping to have a beach party for my birthday this year in May. Well, the good news, Crystal, is that May isn't hurricane season, but the dates are all online. So you can watch it. We're doing the story at 9:40. But in the meantime, you can get all the information. 20 seconds, so I'll get set up for this again. You can get all the information already on wesh.com. Just click on the... you're seeing black as we're in commercial break. We'll be out in just a minute. But, all of that information is going to be there. Wesh.com, click on the hurricane tab, and it's already available. All right, one more hit, and then we have a nice break. Thank you for your patience, by the way.
Hopefully your Monday's off to a great start as you're getting out the door. We're going to get you going with your weather out there and also your traffic. And as you step out the door this morning, it's warm, not hot just yet. You do know, though, Eric, we're going to be waiting for that rain.
Right, it's like a summer's preview of sorts. And what's just so ironic is that when we spring forward this weekend, the temperatures go down. What are you doing, Mother Nature? It's beautiful, though, as we look to the Kennedy Space Center, our tower cam network there, showing a nice breeze and mostly sunny skies. We will keep that mostly sunny condition all morning long, up until about 1, 2 o'clock. Then we'll start to see a few sprinkles developing, but look at the building heat. 84 degrees by 1 o'clock, 88 degrees, our high temperature in the metro area. Then we start to see those showers developing. Dinner time right through sunset, and as a matter of fact, I think it's going to continue all the way through to like 11 o'clock or even midnight tonight. Temperatures out the door, 66 in Palm Coast, 69 degrees in Wildwood and in Leesburg. We're at 71 in Orlando, 75 degrees in Palm Bay. No fog reported, had a little here or there. Nothing showing up on our first warning Doppler radar. So it is the start, my friends, of an absolutely beautiful day. But don't be surprised when we start to see those showers later on today. Lower 80s along the coast, mid to upper 80s across the interior, a 40% coverage of rain, and rain chances go up even higher looking to tomorrow. We'll talk more about it when I see you coming up with Central Florida's most accurate forecast in just a couple of minutes. Now at 8:33, let's get a check of the roads. It is busy out there.
It certainly is, Eric. You know, opportunity to monitor this
Okay. Can we chat now? No more interruptions? Oof. Marilyn says, if it's any consolation, I haven't had my coffee yet either, as my husband says we're going out for breakfast. But a lot of times we drink coffee in the morning when we first wake up. That's so charming. I just want that. I just would love that life. All right. All right. So let's come back to our forecast. For today, we were talking about the potential of records. That's absolutely playing out. We've got the rain chances with us. As a matter of fact, if you look at, let me just share with you the computer forecast model. All right, here's Futurecast showing those showers for today. We already see that, right? No big deal. We can deal with that. Watch what happens for our Tuesday. More showers, even the potential of some thunderstorms. Let's look at Wednesday. More moisture, more showers, right? Let's look at Thursday. More moisture, more showers. What about Friday? There's that nor'easter, the floreaster kind of coming through Friday into Saturday. What about the timing? Well, let's just back this up first off, okay? Here's Friday night. Let's get you through to Saturday. There's Saturday morning, Saturday late morning. See how the rains are over us, but it clears out. By like Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, that rain clears out. So we do have the mention of that rain in the 7-day forecast on Saturday. But remember, we're in Monday. There's going to be plenty of opportunity for that timing to be massaged and to be adjusted. And of course, we'll be watching for that very closely. Marilyn says it's terrible when the computer doesn't work. The other day I had to take my phone in and have it looked at because none of the apps, because one of the apps relocated somewhere and I had to know how to find it, put it back in the location I want it to be. The more advanced these computers get, the more advanced these systems get, the more difficult they become. Certainly, I 100% can understand what you're saying. Jonathan says, please keep the hurricanes away around Labor Day. I have a road trip to Atlanta for a week and I don't like hurricane chasing. Oh yeah. Jan says everyone needs to go to Bike Week once. It's funny. I go to my in-laws in the weekends and like yesterday we took I-4 just to avoid, because we usually take 415 and it's like stay away from the Cabbage Patch. That road is just jammed. Yeah. Crystal, May isn't hurricane season. As a true Floridian, I'm embarrassed that I didn't know that. I guess I consider hurricane season to be from summer to October. Well, it's okay. And as a matter of fact, what's interesting, even though hurricane season isn't in May, the Hurricane Center is now putting out their updates in mid-May. And then in addition to that, there has been discussion for the last few years to start hurricane season in mid-May. We've not done it, but it's a topic that often comes up on discussion. So, you know, who knows when that will get changed. But we track systems. I mean, Crystal, if you look at like the Floreaster, the one that's about to cycle through this week, if you look at that system, the dates that I listed, I did put that Floreaster, the November 6th part of the pattern, I did put mid-May. So yeah, one thing I want to show you guys and gals, this is a graph, and I've shown this to you before. This is a graph that I use to track the progress of the LRC. All the odd numbers are lowered heights in Florida. All the odd numbers are high pressure areas in Florida. All the low numbers are low pressures in Florida. And all I have them numbered here to do is to just kind of track apples to apples. So the blue graph, that's the first cycle, October, November. The orange graph that's faded, that's the second cycle. The green graph is the third cycle. So here we are, we just hit high number 5. The first time that happened was back here. So we're actually running a little slower than we did the first cycle, whereas the second cycle was a little slower as well. So we're building down to this, number 6. The second cycle was there, the first cycle was there. We'll probably find it to be somewhere in here. But anyway, you don't need to follow this to understand the LRC, but the one thing that I want to show you this is to be able to show to you we're literally live tracking the LRC, which is how we can make our long-range forecasts and understand how this all works. The pattern sets up, you look for the major windows and all of that fun stuff. So we're live tracking the LRC. It's the first year that we've done that, and it just gives me a better idea of kind of where we're at. It's all fascinating stuff. What can I say? Gosh, even with a car fire, the roads in Florida look so welcoming. I don't know where the accident is. I've been talking to you. I've not been paying attention to the traffic. I apologize. Anne says, don't wish away today, Eric. There's magic in the struggle of having tiny babies. Absolutely, absolutely. Jerry, floor Easter. Should we expect high winds on the coast? It's a storm system for sure. We'll have to fine tune that, but it ties back to a storm system that we called the floor Easter back in the day. Linda says, not looking good for the TPC sawgrass. Yeah, at least Saturday, Friday into Saturday, not looking great. Daddy, my monarchs are just emerging. Need water for the blossoms. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Very good. Betty, good morning to you. I hope you're doing well. Laura, good morning. Elsie, good morning to you. Anybody have any questions? Otherwise, we can wrap this puppy up a couple of minutes late, but I had TV to do. So what are you going to do? This week, we were going to be tracking records each and every day. We're going to be tracking rainfall each and every day, which is a good thing. We just had we had a part break on our first warning live Doppler radar, and it was out of service for a little while. Glad to have it back up and running, ready to track weather this week. So yeah, good stuff. All right, when do I see you next? I'm with you on CW18 now through 10 a.m. We've got, of course, your daily forecast at about 9:40. We're also talking hurricane season. We then have the afternoon coffee talk at 3:30 on all of my social channels, and I'll be updating on Twitter through the day. My 1.5-year-old Taylor waved at you. He sees you every morning. Taylor, good morning. My 1.5-year-old. Can I show you what my 1.5-year-old did this weekend? Let me see if I can find this quickly. He's just kind of picked up walking, okay? So this weekend was his first opportunity to walk on the beach. Look at that. Look at my little Bubba. Look at him walking. Look at him. He's trying. Oh, let me play it again. Look at my little Bubba. Look at my little Bubba. He's trying. He's doing his walk. My little Bubba. Oh, he fell. That's my little Bubba. All right, I will see you guys on TV, on the social channels, all over the place. Be the sunshine in someone else's day. Thank you so much for being the sunshine in mine. Have a great